Hello, it's Mama Sue right here, and I'm going to share a recipe that was so popular about 40 years ago in my family. My Aunt Rosa Lee's cobbler. Everybody in town wanted some of her apple or strawberry cobbler. Now, Harold prefers strawberry. I like apple, but it's going to be strawberry. I don't have any fresh strawberries, so I bought 2 of the sliced strawberries, and it says with sugar. These are 23 ounces in each container. Now, I already have one in here, and I'm going to put the other one in. Now, you heard me say that it already has sugar in it. But I'm going to add a little bit more because Aunt Rosa Lee did. And I told Harold I'm going to get so many people to tell me how unhealthy this is. And you don't have to make this. But I will tell you that my aunt lived to be 93 years old. And she was making cobblers and eating them until she was about 91. So, I don't make these often. Now I'm going to put a stick of butter in this. I'll really take it up a notch. Like I said, I know I'm expecting to get comments about how unhealthy I'm cooking. But, like I said, she made these. We loved them. And every time we would have homecoming, or they called it Harvest Day at our church, Aunt Rosa Lee would always make an apple cobbler. And people loved it. Okay. While this is heating up, and I just want that to heat and to melt that butter. And let me tell you what I did. This is what she did. She would take a can of the regular small biscuits, and she would flatten them out with her hand. And she put them on her little cookie sheet, and she just browned them. And then she would tear them into pieces. And y'all, this is the dumpling part that would go in her cobblers. Because she said, I don't want to eat any raw dough. So, I'm doing it just like she did it. Now, Harold knows that this is a harder pie to... There's a leaf in that, I believe, in that strawberry. I want to get it out. Yep, strawberry leaf. But he loved them. I love them. And at first I was just going to make an 8 by 8. But then I said, no, we're going to make the whole thing because we've got people living with us, and you know it. But I have taken my 9 by 13 Pyrex dish, and I've already melted a stick and a half of butter. So, when this butter melts, I'll be back and I will show you how I add this and the next thing that I do. The butter has melted, and I'm just going to start dropping all this biscuits that, you know, I didn't cook it as long as it said, but they were flat, so they browned a lot quicker. Harold did not know that the dumplings were canned biscuits, did you?
No, I didn't even know it had dumplings.
You just thought it was part of the apples or whatever. Okay. And now they're going to soak up all of that juice as they're cooking. Okay, I'm going to put this right here. And I think what I'm going to do is ladle it to start with, because if I don't, it's going to splash everywhere. Okay, now I can pour. It'll be full, but it's gonna be good. Now, let me show you what I'm gonna do. Brought this over here, and I'm gonna turn the light so you can see. And I have taken, now my aunt did not do this. She used canned biscuits that she would roll out. But I have the Pillsbury pie crust. And I'm just cutting strips.
You rolled it out thin.
I rolled it out thinner, yes. I wanted it thinner. So, start right here. And I'm just doing it this way. And this way. And see, I will take the other one. You hear Mason coming in here. His daddy's in there bathing him. And he got out of the tub before I got this finished, but that's okay. I'll patch that one right here. Now, this one, it's okay for you to patch them too, because that crust is gonna be so good. Pop's not here, baby. Pop's not here. All right, and I'm just gonna roll this one out like that. And I'll show you, I just want it to be thinner because these crusts will cook up some. You know what I'm doing? I'm cooking a strawberry pie. Yeah. Okay. Here, tell your daddy to give you one of these, okay? Now then. All right, we're just going to, a pizza cutter, if you have one, is so much easier. So much easier than a knife. Okay, cut that in a minute.
We're not looking for artistic, are we?
No. You know, my aunts, mama, and your mama, and my grandmother, they didn't have time to think about the beauty. They had to feed their families. And of course, they didn't use a Pillsbury pie crust either. Harold's mother told me one time that she could make biscuits in her sleep. She had made so many. Okay. All right. Now, come here and just cut it off. Now, let me really get you going.
Here comes my favorite part.
Taking another stick of butter and cut it in pats. Harold said the reason they're so good is because of the butter and the sugar.
And the sugar.
I bet you, hey, Mimi, I bet you if you're watching this, you would agree with me. Y'all know Mimi's recipes. Y'all, I hope you're following her. Oh, she's the sweetest lady, and I'd love to spend some time with her. She lives in South Carolina, and as she says, she puts that butter, and I love it. I love it. But now, Harold, do you remember what Aunt Rosa Lee would say?
It makes it crispy.
She wouldn't say crispy, she'd say, now we're going to make it crispy. And over that butter, just going to sprinkle just a little bit of sugar.
Don't be scarce with it.
I'm not, baby. Y'all see my pretty apron? The sweetest lady in my church, Miss Barbara, came over. I think it was the week of Thanksgiving. And she had me this apron because I saw where she had made one, and I said, I love it. I wouldn't take anything for it. Now let me tell you this. I'm gonna put it in a 350 degree preheated oven, and we're going to bake it for about 35 to 40 minutes or until it is golden. And I'll be back to show you the finished product. Okay, this cooked for 40 minutes. And it's like Harold said, it's not the most beautiful. But y'all, after I put it in the oven, the leftover crust, I made a little heart and put it on there. I thought, well, I was a little creative. But anyway, it's still hot. And it's going to be good and juicy right now, but it will, as it cools, it will thicken. But, oh my goodness. See the steam? Now, I do have some Bluebell vanilla ice cream, and I know that that's going to be mighty good. But this is my Aunt Rosa Lee's cobbler recipe. Don't be too hard on me because I'd made it just like she did. And I know that she is so proud that I'm still making this. But remember to be salt and light wherever you go. Let your light shine for Jesus.